Bitcoin is creating a new pattern right now here that's going to be breaking out anytime soon. So I will be exactly talking about these price targets. I will also talk about the heat map of the most important support and resistance of this entire trend. I will talk about some fund that just hit the market yesterday and many more important charts that we need to discuss today. So don't forget to slap up that like button on today's update video. Can we smash it back above 500? That will be absolutely incredible. With that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the imminent short term for Bitcoin, because right now in the imminent short term, Bitcoin is definitely creating a symmetrical triangle right here, and this pattern right now is set to be breaking out in the coming days. So let's see where it is going to be breaking out towards, but currently we're creating a small little upward sloping support line, a small little downward sloping resist line, and basically the Bitcoin price action is getting squeezed in towards an apex. Of course, whenever we do break outside of this pattern, you will be the first one to know here on my channel or either on my Twitter page, depending on how big or how important the move is going to be here. But yes, Bitcoin has been absolutely going exponential towards the upside. I've seen many people on Twitter and X starting to say, oh, I'm gonna short Bitcoin, I'm gonna do this or that, but honestly, shorting Bitcoin right now is pretty dangerously. Whatever I should be doing is not short right now here, because we do know the short position is much more dangerous than the long position. I mean, I will be opening up some short position on Bitcoin, but not on this level right here. If you want to be doing so, you're going to be doing that on important levels. I will be talking about these levels in a second from now on, so make sure to stick in the stream. But if you really want to be opening up, initiating a good trade here, honestly, I think you're better off with waiting for a potential retest to open up a long position, since we're right now in such an exponential movement towards the upside. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be opening up a short right here, because I personally think it's too dangerous, because the chance of liquidation on the short position is just massive, and also the chance of opening up a long right here to make profit is also super low, unless you're using a very tight stop loss. So what am I going to be doing? I am going to be looking at this massive previous resistance level that I want to be opening up along at. So as soon as Bitcoin is going to come in that region between $32,000 and $31,000 US dollars, I'm going to be opening up a massive trade. I'm going to straight away enter approximately 2 or 3 Bitcoin over there, and then I'm going to dollar cost average as Bitcoin comes lower. That is my strategy. That is how I'm going to be minimizing my risk and maximizing my profit. And also yesterday, guys, there was some thought that the Bitcoin iShares Bitcoin spot ETF was delisted from DTCC. Currently, it's still up and running. So that was definitely no reason to be really panicking about Bitcoin. And honestly, due to that, yesterday Bitcoin went a little bit lower, but then straight away pushed back towards the upside. So still, everything is looking quite fine for Bitcoin. I mean, you can clearly see broke outside of the higher range, and really the best opportunity to trade Bitcoin is once it's going to be retest. Because what do you want to be doing in a bullish trend for Bitcoin? You want to be looking at these retracements and actually long them. At least that is what I will be doing. So you can see also right here, Bitcoin broke the 533 resistance line. And if we are going to be having a retest of this level that previously ran massively, got us rejected, I am going to be the one that's going to be jumping in towards positions around that level, because I do really think that is going to be a super interesting level to be looking at. And honestly, if you were to be shorting Bitcoin, I will be very careful with doing so. And honestly, these are all the targets that I'm going to be looking at to either short Bitcoin or either to long Bitcoin. So you can clearly see the big resistance ahead of us is 36.5k. That could be potentially be a target where I'm going to be opening up a small short position. I never would do a lot, and also I would use a tight stop loss if I'm going to be shorting Bitcoin. But 36.5k does really look like a very interesting level where Bitcoin potentially could see some massive rejections from. We can see that there are laying a lot of liquidations around 34.5k, but also around 33.5k. So Bitcoin right now in the middle of a gigantic resistance range, and basically right now, either way we go towards, we're going to see a lot of liquidations hitting the market for Bitcoin. But anyways, make a screenshot of these levels, because I honestly really think these are the most important resistance levels and the most important support levels. You can just see the weekly support, the weekly resistance, the weekly support right here holding up, and once we broke below it, Bitcoin really went in a massive dump towards the downside, right? Also for this level right here, boom, provided provided support many times before once we broke above it. And yes, the point we really broke below it, we got rejected. And also, that was the point we saw a massive move towards the downside. So these are very important levels for Bitcoin. And that is why I think you should be paying attention towards these levels. I also written them down on the right side of the screen so you can make a screenshot exactly about where these levels are laying. So if you were to be trading any of these levels, guys, make sure to go to the link description of today's video, because right now, if you are willing to trade Bitcoin or crypto, honestly, this is the best time to do it because there is more volatility. You could also trade altcoins. You could trade more than 200 pairs on BYBIT. And if you right now sign up an account using that link below, deposit $100 within the coming 7 days, do KYC, you can literally claim a free $1,000 airdrop position for only depositing $100. So make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. But this deposit bonus is only valid for another 6 days, guys. This is an insane deposit bonus. Make sure to grab it. Make sure to grab it with both hands. Running out in 6 days. So absolutely incredible. I mean, Bitcoin is super volatile, and honestly, the best time to be trading Bitcoin is once it is really volatile, because then you can make the most amount of trades. So Bitcoin, of course, broke outside of the price horizon, and ever since it did so, I mean, Bitcoin not necessarily has been moving a lot today yet so far, but ever since it did so, it is right now entering a new price horizon. And what is the new price horizon we're going to be entering? That is what we need to be knowing right now, right? So in the previous market, we have seen clearly that Bitcoin has been consolidating also between several ranges, right? So this was also an interesting range where Bitcoin consolidated around. You could even maybe say it was from of this higher point right here, but honestly, this was the point we got rejected, so I will be looking at like this. So if I'm going to be extending this level, you can clearly see that right now we're basically in no man's land. Because why am I saying so? Is because once Bitcoin dumped towards the downside, it moved through this level very quickly. Once it pumped back towards the upside, it moved through this level very quickly, and also right here. So there is not a lot of volume trade around this level, so that is why I'm expecting Bitcoin is going to be moving very quickly between these levels. And yes, if Bitcoin really breaks above 36.5k, the resistance I've been talking about also right here on this chart right here, 36.5k, once Bitcoin breaks above that level, honestly, we're entering the higher side of this range right here, and then I will be expecting Bitcoin to trade between $50,000 and 36.5k. So it really depends how much higher can Bitcoin go, and if it doesn't go higher, it will probably range between 36.5k and $32,000. But honestly, every consolidation we're going to see right now around these levels is going to be super good for Bitcoin. So yeah, still super excited about it. Also, guys, I bought this Porsche 911 GT3 RS for 8 Bitcoins, approximately around $28,000, approximately 7 days ago here, and now Bitcoin is on $34,000, making me lose already $48,000 on this, not investment, but on this buy. So guys, what do you think about it? Did I make a mistake buying this car or not? Honestly, I'm still super happy with the car itself, but of course, I do know it's not a smart investment, because probably in the future it's going to be the most expensive car I've ever bought. Anyways, looking at Bitcoin further on, we can currently see that Bitcoin is right now creating this massive downward slope resistance line. We broke above it, and we do know the price target is sitting around $48,000, but of course, along the way up, we're going to be looking at these resistance targets right here, above that resistance high, right? That resistance high of $32,000. Honestly, I've been talking about that level so many times before, and once we can confirm the break above it, and potentially even have a retest of this level, it would really mean a super gigantic opportunity for us all in the market. Also, it would confirm the W pattern. If we were to be seeing a retest of it, so that $32,000 level, it will be a very good opportunity to actually long Bitcoin. And of course, the price target of this W pattern sitting around $38,000. Honestly, I don't think it's a super important price target, and honestly, I don't think it's going to take us very long to reach that price target, ever since right now the Bitcoin spot ETF is closer than ever before. Why? Is because an SEC commissioner has publicly said that it has made a mistake for not getting this Bitcoin ETF sooner. BlackRock is of course allocating funds towards its seed ETF, because what basically means that BlackRock is going to be buying up Bitcoin from the market, and also the IBTC has been registered on the DTCC. So super important things here. And also, guys, you have to understand that yesterday, while Bitcoin was pumping so massively towards the upside, we saw a $43 million inflow in just 24 hours, and this is of course on the futures ETF of Bitcoin. But just imagine what kind of an effect the spot ETF is going to be having. I mean, the ex-director from BlackRock is predicting is going to give us an inflow of about $200 to $300 billion in the first year, and that would could literally drive up the market for Bitcoin maybe 4x from now on. So it could maybe go to 120 to 200,000 US dollars if that is were to be happening. So massive things are lying ahead here. Billions and billions of dollars are going to be flowing in here, and I'm super excited because yes, this is going to literally mark the start of the bull run once the spot ETF gets accepted. Imagine the pension funds running in towards Bitcoin. I mean, this was a thing I was dreaming about 7 to 8 years ago once I started with investing into Bitcoin and I saw the possibilities, and now it looks to be that it is actually going to be happening. So make sure to pay attention. This is honestly just the beginning for Bitcoin. Just see how much money is going to be flowing in here. Honestly, if you're paying attention and watching this video right now, I think you're guaranteed to make profit in this market. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going to keep everyone up to date about what is currently playing out, what is the news. I'm going to give you guys more updates on my trade as well. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.